When we hear the term child labor, it feels like just another distant issue, far removed from us here in Canada where it's strictly legal. We feel like that is not our problem, and there's not much we can do about it when it all mostly takes place on the other side of the world. But that assumption is wrong, because we actually affect it much more than we realize, which means that we can help to stop it as well. Child labor is defined as the use of children in dangerous work that deprives them of getting a sufficient education, endangers their mental and physical health, and hinders personal development. It can cause poor health, severe injury, moral corruption, continued poverty, and even death. Worldwide, 1 in 10, or about 160 million children over 5 years of age, are being forced to work in dirty, hazardous conditions to survive. Almost half of them are regularly exposed to things like exposure to toxic chemicals, dangerous machinery, slavery, forced armed combat, child prostitution, drug production, and long, exhausting hours in unsafe work environments. Child labor is most often caused by extreme poverty, where families have to make the desperate decision to employ or sell off their children into work in order to just have enough food to survive. Another major cause of child labor is the demand from businesses and manufacturers for the cheap and plentiful labor that it provides. Research has shown that over 1,200 Canadian companies import goods that are at high risk of having been produced through child labor, the value of all these products adding up to $48 billion worth of groceries, clothing, electronics, and others. These companies also have very little information on the policies and practices they are enforcing to reduce these risks. The top risky products are electronics, garments, gold, textiles, and footwear, along with coffee, cane sugar, and fish being the top risky food products. That means whenever you buy something as innocuous as chocolate, coffee, cotton clothing, or a phone, you could be unknowingly supporting demand for such inhumanely made products. So next time you go shopping, ask these 3 main questions to yourself before buying. Do I really need this, or will I use it often? Being mindful when buying and not acting on impulse is a good policy for any time you shop. Is this item certified fair trade, locally made, or secondhand? Considering these 3 product attributes can not only reduce the risk of buying child labor produced products, but also support local businesses and preserve the environment. Can I make or fix this at home? A surprising number of items, such as clothing, food, and various trinkets, can be easily learned to make or grow at home. Learning how to garden or sew are both enjoyable activities and it reduces the possibility of buying risky goods. Another way you can help stop child labor is by supporting charities that are actively fighting against it by volunteering or with donations. Some good charities are listed on screen. You can also educate yourself and others more on the topic through books and websites, and contact businesses and manufacturers to ask about the origins of their products and encourage them to enforce more sustainable and humane practices and policies. As consumers, we can influence the actions of companies through our purchasing power, and if we show that we care about this issue, they will catch on and change accordingly. Tackling the global issue of child labor is an enormous and complex task, and the problem certainly won't be solved overnight. But if we as a community become mindful in our buying choices and actively advocate for change, we will be taking a considerable step in the right direction. Thank you for watching.